Welcome. You know, we're about to dive into a skill that can literally transform how people hear you. We're not just talking about speaking, we're talking about communicating with real authority and, just crystal clarity. Have you ever had that feeling? You're in a meeting, you lay out this brilliant idea, and you're just met with blank stares. Or maybe you're explaining something you're super passionate about, and it just doesn't land. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it happens to all of us. And that's exactly the problem we're going to solve in this explainer. The whole point is to close that gap between the words that come out of your mouth and what people actually hear. It's all about making sure your words carry the weight and meaning you want them to every single time. So how do we actually do that? Well, the great news is powerful communication isn't some kind of magic trick. It can actually be broken down into a really simple, actionable toolkit, and we're going to unpack it right now. We're going to focus on three main things that all work together to build that foundation of authority. First, mastering your pacing. Second, modulating your tone. And third, sharpening your language. Just think of them as the rhythm, the music, and the lyrics of your message. Okay, so first up, let's talk about the rhythm. The speed and the flow of how you speak is probably one of the most powerful tools you have, and it's one that most people completely overlook. So verbal pacing is all about deliberately controlling your speed. And listen, it's not just about talking slower. It's about using pauses, controlling your cadence. All of that signals confidence. It lets your words breathe, and maybe most importantly, it gives your audience a chance to actually absorb what you're saying. And the difference this makes is just, well, it's night and day, really. When we rush, we sound anxious, right? And our message either gets lost or it just seems unimportant. But when our pacing is deliberate and confident, every word has more weight. The message isn't just heard, it's actually felt. All right, let's move on to our second tool. Once you've got the rhythm down, it's time to add the music. This is where your vocal tone comes into play, and it's what gives your words all their emotional color and life. Your tone is kind of like the emotional layer on top of your words. It's the rise and fall in your voice, the warmth, the seriousness, the excitement. It shows your real attitude and has a huge influence on how your listener interprets the exact same words. I mean, just look at how huge the difference is here. A flat, monotone voice can make even the most exciting idea in the world feel boring and uninspired. But a dynamic, engaging tone, well, that's what makes a simple message compelling and something people actually remember. Okay, so we've got our rhythm and our music. The only thing missing is the right lyrics. And that brings us to our third and final pillar, the incredible power of your word choice. Now, effective language isn't about using the biggest, most complicated words you know. In fact, it's pretty much the opposite. It's about consciously choosing words that are precise, clear, and impactful. The whole goal here is to get rid of any chance of being misunderstood. Just look at this comparison. When you use vague language that's packed with jargon, you're building a wall. It makes your message confusing and, for a lot of people, just inaccessible. But simple, direct, precise language, that cuts right through all the noise. It makes you sound clear, confident, and absolutely authoritative. So understanding these three things is one thing, but mastering them, that's where the real work begins. This isn't just theory, It's a hands-on skill, and it's built through active, intentional practice. And the key to all that practice is creating a feedback loop for yourself. It's simple. You practice delivering a message. You get feedback, maybe from your friends, a mentor, or hey, even from recording yourself on your phone. Then you use that feedback to refine your style. And then you do it again. It's that cycle that turns knowing into doing. So if you take just one thing away today, please let it be this. Real authority and clarity come from putting your content and your delivery together. What you say is the foundation, for sure, but how you say it, with that deliberate pacing, engaging tone, and precise language, that's what makes the whole thing stand tall. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. As you go from here, which of these three powerful tools are you going to focus on first? Are you going to work on the rhythm of your pacing, the music of your tone, or the lyrics of your language? Your journey to speaking with more impact starts with that very first focused step.